welcome to today's video, which is on the Roman Empire, from Tim Hartnell's second giant book of computer games. It's the year AD 14, except we don't know that yet because we're not Christian. But Emperor Augustus has just died, and the Senate, in their wisdom, are looking for a successor. There are two candidates. There's me, and there's Caesar Computerus. So, what do we need to do? I'll pop down my fasces. This is the Roman Empire in all its glory. We need to move troops between different provinces, from Lugdunensis, Belgica, Germania, Italia, the Alps, Dalmatia, Pannonia, Moesia, Macedonia, Epirus. The winner is the person who controls the most provinces. We start with 240 troops each. You can move troops between areas in a province, or you can attack another province where there's a battle, but our troops can cohabit. The game ends when one player has less than 100 troops. I believe the die is cast, so let's get ready to Roman.
So this is the Roman Empire program. You have a choice at the start whether to choose where you put your troops yourself or to let the computer do it for you. I've chosen the lazy option. I've sped this up slightly, put some slight delay in, so you can see where it's deploying the troops. It starts at the top of the map and works its way down. Currently in Germania, now in Rhaetia, which is going along the Danube. Having done this, we'll draw the map and get to make our first move. So the idea is you have to get the computer down to under 100 troops, at which point if you control more provinces than the computer, you win. A province consists of one or more areas, we should say, spaces perhaps on a board game. I found it a bug to start off with. I deployed my own troops. I tried to make sure I had more troops than the computer. And then at the start of the game I said, how are we doing? We had an equal number of provinces, therefore it said I won. Which wasn't quite what I was expecting. So initial deployment of troops is currently taking over a minute. We're now in Italy, and here we now draw the map. Initially the C, which is the blue bit, was initially just dots. Germany counted as dots, which is also the C. I replaced those bits with a green background and the power of symbol to represent forests. You can't move into those areas. The provinces have two-letter codes, LU being Lugdunensis. Initially this was NU, for no reason that I could see, so I made it LU. I also gave them different colours for a bit of contrast. So you can see you've got Lugdunensis, BE is Belgium, GI is Germania Inferior. South of those you've got the pink squares of GS, Germania Superior. And then the first thing we need to do is choose what to do. We can move troops, we can attack, we can see troops, see the state of the empire, reprint map, or quit. So we've chosen to attack, so it now redraws the entire map, showing us the C, but this time showing us the number of soldiers in each square. I have 7 in one square, then asterisk, which means 0, 2, 4, and it goes along. Each sector has a number, starting in 24, which is where I have 7 troops in Lugdunensis, and then going along from there. You have to use the key in the book to work out what on earth is going on. So again, every time you move, it has to draw this map to show where you're going to attack. And when you attack, you move all your troops from that space into another province. So what am I going to choose? I'm choosing attacking from 114, which is Moesia Superior, attacking 134 into Macedon. I've 8 troops there now. I've moved all 8 into Macedon, and I managed to lose 2 soldiers along the way. The computer now thinks it wants to attack from Pannonia Superior, attacking Noricum. It's got 16 troops in Noricum now. I've got 1. Press enter to continue. There'll be a battle. And I win that battle, so the computer wins that battle, losing 1 soldier. And now we redraw the entire map, which takes about 30 seconds. It does this every single time for 2 reasons. It doesn't store the map in a sensible basis, because this map never changes. This is the map of the provinces. There is no information on the map that says who owns which province. That will be useful. It doesn't do that at all. and it takes ages. The only reason it needs to do this is to count the number of soldiers you have. It does not keep a running count. It has to go through the entire array. It's a one-dimensional array of 197 entries. And it has to count them up, both of them, to see how many soldiers you have. This is why this game takes a while. So, let's cut forward a bit, half an hour in. The computer can only move to adjacent squares, which is fine. You can move wherever you like, which is a bit of a exposure. So starting off with, I'm going to attack something. So we have to draw the entire map once more. See here, I've moved some soldiers around. When you move soldiers, you always take all of them with you. You cannot leave any behind. And as the aim of the game is to control provinces, you would like to leave a garrison, but you can't. This is a bit of an issue. That's why my initial strategy of have 50 soldiers in various groups and just move them around the map, it was a really bad one. So I didn't do that. So I'm attacking from a number. The number being 68, which is Germania Superior, attacking into Rhaetia, 69. I lost 3 soldiers. The computer is now moving. Going from Rhaetia into Italy. I've got 4 soldiers in Italy, because I've moved some out. So when you move soldiers, you don't have a battle, and you can move them from space to space. When you attack, you always have a battle. You attack everybody in the province, but you can't attack within the same province. You have to go from province to province. You can't have a battle in Italy unless you invade from outside. And now we draw the entire map again. It does this every time you make a move. Twice. First the province map, which gives you no useful information apart from being quite pretty, and then the soldier map, which you need whether you attack or whether you move. The ambition of the game is quite good. I do like the ambition. I like the theme. And with a bit of colour, it's not too bad. The book says, he's not put colour in because colour and graphics are very system dependent and he wants it to be as generic as possible. He says you know how to use colour. So I'm currently winning with 175 soldiers to 161. But it's not just about soldiers. We also have to know how many provinces we control. So the computer holds Aquitaine, Lugdunensis. I own Belgica. I own Germania Inferior. The computer owns Germania Superior. I own Rhaetia. Noricum is owned by the computer. Pannonia Superior is owned by the computer, but it's very close. Pannonia Inferior is mine. Moesia Superior is mine. Moesia Inferior is held by the computer, quite strongly. Narbonensis is mine, very strongly held by me. Alps Pininae is held by the computer. Alps Cotiae by me. Alps Maritime by me. Each of those is only one space. Italy is held by me. There's lots of us in there. I'm currently winning the race. Overall, I own Illyria Dalmatia. I own Macedonia. I own Epirus, which is a tiny one province sector. I'm currently winning. If I quit the game now, I would win. But I want to keep pushing through until I kill enough of his soldiers. So eventually press enter to continue. It puts lots of pauses in. I went and made them configurable. So I'm going to attack something. So of course we have to draw the entire map. But this time showing the soldiers. These are my soldiers. You can only see my soldiers. You never ever see the computer soldiers. Which is a bit of a problem because I don't know where he is. Hope you've got a good memory because I certainly don't. So this is after playing for 37 minutes. I'm quite pleased with my forest effect. I'm quite proud of that. That's quite pretty. So Italy, I've got a lot of my soldiers in northern Italy. That's the 882. So I'm attacking from... Shame you can't... It's not context sensitive, but it isn't. Also, you could have had... Attacking from 85, which is Narbonensis. Attacking into Alps Pininae. And I lost a soldier there. There's enough room on the space on the... Oh, subscript wrong. The computer was thinking of attacking from Lugdunensis and it's got it wrong. So I fixed it there. We're back in the program. There was a line of code that just didn't work, so I took that out. The way it builds the array of names is really, really clunky. You'd think, okay, I've got 19 provinces from Aquitaine upwards, and it knows which square belongs to which province. You think, oh, can I store the names in a 19 entry array? No. It goes to a subroutine and goes, if X is 1, then the long name is Lugdunensis and the short name is LU. Return. This is where I put in my little colours as well. It's really quite clunky. And again, it draws the entire map, generates the entire map every single time, even though the map never changes. I'm currently still winning. Skip forward a bit to an attack. We draw the entire map. Fortunately, in Roman times, people had nothing better to do. It's AD 14. We've got plenty of time until the fall of the Empire. It's almost soldiers are scattered all over the Empire. You may not leave garrisons. Leaving garrisons will be sensible, but you can't do that. Romans don't like garrisons. This was the time when you had big legions moving around. Big chunky legions. So attacking from which number? 87, which is Italy, into 86, Alps Piniae, or Piniae. No, well that wrong. 85 perhaps. That's Narbonensis. I won the battle and lost a soldier, even though the computer has had no soldiers. He moves troops from Lugdunensis, who's selected at random, looking for squares around it. That didn't work. Maybe an attack from Aquitaine. And again, the subscript is wrong. So here it's M, is where you currently are, plus the number in GU, which is 20 minus 1 plus 1, and so and so. So what I'm trying to do here is belt and braces. If U is greater than 8, then you skip forward. I don't want to abandon the game though. I've done that several times. So move troops from Aquitania, which is what now is southwest France, near Bordeaux. And we draw the map. Printing on the Spectrum can be quite slow. Printing an entire screen can be done very quickly, but we are printing 197-ish segments and jumping around. I did try and make it faster. This is the key thing. This is the key thing that slows you down. Unfortunately, it kept breaking. So this would benefit from running on accelerated Spectrum next, I'd imagine. So here is the map. So I'm currently winning by 10 soldiers, but I don't know how many provinces I've got. It doesn't tell me. I'm going to attack. So what does it do? It draws the map. 44 minutes in, coming up to 45. So I've got quite a strong army there, 9, in Rhaetia, which is province number 69, the sexiest of provinces. Going out into the boot of Italy, no soldiers there, that's probably Rome itself, and then southern Italy, no soldiers there, is 171. I'm attacking from which number? 125, which is Narbonensis, attacking number 71, which is Noricum. I'm just now joking. I found out I can just teleport around the map, so I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, cheaters never prosper, and I lost the battle. So, troops in Italy, 87, are attacking Germania Superior, which is up 1, and right 1, which is 68, which is entirely legal. So I lost that battle, and I had no soldiers there. One of them was killed, though, which doesn't make a great deal of sense. But this is how that's how the Romans work. They did not have the concept of 0, so obviously it had to be -1. As we shall see, this does break the formatting. O tempora, O mores. He knew a thing or two, did Cicero, about type-in programs. There's Italy. That's good old Italy. It's not a boot. We also can't move into Spain or Africa or Asia. So I'm going to attack, coming up to 47 minutes. Or even Achaia, which is southern Greece where Athens is. I know Augustus made Achaia almost -1 because it's slightly long. We've chefs along the rest of the formatting, so it's not quite working now. So we've gone over the line. We should have a blank line in the middle of the map. We should try and fix that because it makes it look rather ugly. Yeah, Achaia was a senatorial province controlled by a senator, not by an imperial appointee, because it had no soldiers associated with it. Attacking from which number? Looking at the book, page 411. Looking at the book, where should I attack from? It could be anywhere. Of course, the offset is really confused matters. Attacking from 70, which is in Rhaetia. Attacking number 68, which is where the -1 is. Unfortunately, that's Germania Superior, and I lost another soldier, but that might take me up to 0, perhaps. So the computer's moving from Lugdunensis, which is northwest France. And now we draw the map again. Lulu, BGI. Lugdunensis, Belgium, Germania Inferior, or Lower Germany to us. Aquitaine, Lugdunensis, Germania Superior. Then you get along the Danube with Rhaetia, Noricum, Pannonia Superior, Pannonia Inferior. Aquitaine, there's Italy. Italy's the biggest province. Remember, you have to have the most soldiers in a province to control it, and Italy only counts as one province, even though it's the biggest. Whereas the 3 Alpine provinces are 1 sector each, and are therefore worth 3 times as much as Italy. Here we are, and then there's the Mediterranean. So what am I going to do now? We're going to skip forward now another hour. So I've asked you to redraw the map to see what's going on. So all you do, you move soldiers and you attack and you try and win. And you try and kill more of his soldiers than you do. Battle is, if you've got more soldiers, you'll probably win. More soldiers you'll probably win. However, it is by no means guaranteed. So counts the number of soldiers, generates a result which is tossing a coin. So if you've got more soldiers and it's heads, or there are no soldiers, enemy soldiers there, you win. If it's tails, then the computer wins. So here I've asked for the results of who controls what province. And it could be that you have, if you win, you should have less soldiers, but he'll always make you throw again. So Narbonensis, the computer has 11 soldiers in total. I've got 6. In Alps Pinene, he's got 1. I've got 5. So I get a province there. I control Alps Cotier and Alps Maritime. That's 3 provinces I control. Italy, I've got lots of soldiers there. So I've got Italy. The idea is to drive the number of enemy soldiers down below 100. Or you can just quit at any time. You could quit on the first go and possibly win. It does seem. Yes, and I've won. I control more provinces, therefore I win.
Our way. So, was that game any good? I chose it because the theme interested me, and we happened to be close to the Ides of March. Middle of March, that's when Julius Caesar was killed. I like the idea of the Roman Empire moving the legions around, but this game just didn't do it for me. It was really slow. We had a map which we loaded every turn, that gave you actual no information. It took 30 seconds each turn. I tried to speed it up, helped a little bit. Even if you get rid of that problem, you then can't see where the computer pieces are. If the map showed you which provinces you control, that'll be fine. The battles themselves aren't strategic. If you have more troops, you probably win, but there's a 50% chance that you'll just lose. And if you lose, you can lose heavily. I attacked once with 12 armies against 1 and lost all 12, which doesn't seem entirely reasonable. You can't leave troops behind either, so what you really want to do is gather an army together, leave one behind, to keep control of a province. You can't do that. A number of bugs in the game, which are disheartening. When you start the game, you can just check the conditions and then win on the first turn. The programming was not elegant. You would think that the names of the provinces will be held in an array. Oh, obviously we can't support data statements, but there are data statements in the program. It doesn't use them for the provinces. So every time you want to look up the province, you have to go to a subroutine. It doesn't check that the human player can move only to an adjacent square. You can move wherever you like. If you try to attack into the sea, you'll die. Apart from that, it goes, yeah, you just teleport around the map, which is just rather poor, really. Especially it has the code to do that in the array with the community uses for strategy. And it's so slow. It's not fun. Will I play this game again? Honestly, no. Will I look at other games in this book? Honestly, yes. There's some interesting ones that look intriguing of varying sorts. But with strategy games like this, they want them to be slow, but you want them to have depth. And this game does not have depth. So for now, I am going to enjoy the spoils of war and eat all the beautiful, beautiful tax revenues from the Empire. So, thank you for watching.